Today we are here to basically announce the election of the new Port Moresby Rugby League board members. Port Moresby Rugby League has been in hibernation for well over 11 years in terms of active administration, development programs, management of the league. Club delegates have met to resolve there will be a new board to deal with all outstanding matters and current administration issues of the Port Moresby Rugby League. Me talking here now as the new chairman appointed by the delegate rugby league clubs on a meeting on Sunday. Today, I just called the media just to announce that the election has been made. The board will meet officially during the week and put together a plan for the Port Moresby Rugby League going forward. A lot of people, stakeholders in Port Moresby and throughout the country know that Port Moresby Rugby League is one of the oldest leagues in the country, a pioneer league in the country. It has produced a lot of rugby league players, some of whom have gone on to participate in international leagues in Australia, England, and have led the country to make Papua New Guinea, rugby league in Papua New Guinea become one of the greatest sport in Papua New Guinea. And Port Moresby Rugby League is renowned for that reputation. And over the last 11 years, it is sadly though that Port Moresby Rugby League has taken a nosedive, and the reputation that Port Moresby Rugby League enjoyed has diminished as a league. Other outside centres, smaller centres, have stepped up and have become in the limelight, while Port Moresby Rugby League has trailed in the last 11 years. There are a lot of administrative issues, but we do not want to delve into those issues. The new board will meet and identify those outstanding issues, and we will try and find the best way forward in resolving those issues. Some of these issues, like referee and linesman payments, outstanding bills owing to business houses, PNG Power for that matter, Water PNG for that matter, those long outstanding bills need to be resolved, and other issues, other relating administrative issues. We cannot afford to prolong. The more we prolong these issues, the more it will affect Port Moresby Rugby League. I would like to thank the delegates, Port Moresby Rugby League delegate clubs, representatives and presidents for having the confidence in me to appoint me as the new chairman going forward in bringing or reviving Port Moresby Rugby League going forward. There are 5 board members elected, myself as the chairman, Ronnie Tete Jr., Senior Vice President, Butler Otio as the Junior Vice President, Patricia as the Treasurer, who is on my left, and Uruguay is the Secretary for this new board. Unfortunately, Mr. Uruguay and Ronnie are engaged in meetings at the moment and could not be available today. Important thing here for me as the new chairman-elect is that rugby league is bigger than anyone. We may have our own personal differences, personal perceptions about one another, about how things can be done, but rugby league is bigger than anyone, and it is a collective effort for us to chart a pathway forward to revive Port Moresby Rugby League. And I am thankful to those who voted for the new board, and having me as the chairman, I can only wish that all of us involved in Port Moresby Rugby League to work together and make sure that we revive Port Moresby Rugby League back to its glory days. I'd like to specifically mention 2 seniors in Robert Apunai, who used to be my president in Port Moresby Rugby League, Brothers Rugby League in Port Moresby League, Bobby Ako, one of our former Kumuls and a rugby league fanatic, who is always behind in rugby league, for taking the lead in reviving Port Moresby Rugby League. It is not our private business to delve on private issues, but collectively we will work together to make sure that Port Moresby Rugby League is revived. The message is clear. Rugby League, or Port Moresby Rugby League for that matter, is bigger than anyone. All the stakeholders in rugby league must come together to support Port Moresby Rugby League, one of our pioneer leagues. I don't believe in media trials. The clubs have spoken. I would advise that we would come together, sit down and resolve this issue for the good of rugby league. If we want to go down the path of talking about legal nitty-gritties and legal jargons and all that, that would bring about the perception in the public that there's something we're trying to protect. There's an interest somewhere. We are all here for rugby league. We are not here for something. If the administration then faced issues, the only proper thing they would have done is to bring all the clubs together, sit down together and iron out. Why leaving it up to now for the last 11 years? Did you have legal issues then? Why did you resolve it legally? Because without the existence of the clubs in a league, there is no board. If the clubs have faced issues and legal issues, then you board come down and sit down with the club and assist them to fulfill the legal requirements. If you didn't, you would want to see them hanging out there and you would want to remain here. That's the perception we are creating for the public. I'm not here to talk about who is wrong, where did they go wrong, what is wrong. I want to revive the league. If the majority of the clubs have voted me to take the lead in reviving Port Moresby Rugby League, I am here to do that. The former chairman or president is a good brother. I know him personally. And this issue will not create a perception between the two of us. It's not going to create us to see each other in a negative perspective. It is the wishes of the clubs. And I would suggest, having to go out to media and try to paint each other's bad pictures about each other and give some issues. I'd rather we sit down and we talk about it and say, look, brother, I have had these legal or administrative issues for a long time. If you're coming, what ideas do you have? Let's work together. Let's revive Port Moresby Rugby League. I don't want to talk about the issues he may have faced. Maybe there were some issues there. How he addressed those is something I don't want to, go to the media and say he didn't do it properly or who didn't do it properly. I don't want to talk about that. Maybe there are issues, but we'll find a way to resolve those issues and go forward in the country. Our first order of business will be after our meeting. We'll put together a business plan and be going out looking for sponsors to sponsor and put together the business plan. And we are looking at partnering with some of the programs that the NCD government is doing. One of which we started in my time as the Deputy City Manager at the NCDC is that we've created this Suburban Rugby League, where the grand final winner of the Suburban League goes into taking the place of the wooden schooner in Port Moresby Rugby League. That's one of the pathways that we have created, and we would like the new board will continue to try to revive that concept and also support the governor in the academic program that is starting in the schools. And I think it is rightful that Port Moresby Vipers being Port Moresby Rugby League's home team, it is not a mistake that the governor has gone down that path to creating that pathway. And our administration is behind it, and we would like to support the governor in that initiative and going forward in developing rugby league in Port Moresby and eventually spreading it out throughout the country. Having said that, I would like to thank everyone. And I also would like to thank the former chairman, Dr. Naipao, for holding on to the league for the last 11 years. Whatever the issues are, the challenges that he may have gone through, we will only learn as we go into our first meeting and resolve going forward. And having said that, I would like to thank him for his part in supporting Port Moresby Rugby League this part. With the clubs, any issues that needs to be resolved, we'll have to come together and resolve it immediately. Not just the board having to run their own system and the clubs run their own system. That's where the communication part comes into play. So when we communicate openly and understand each other, then you'll see things running smoothly. So we would like to keep an open door policy where we want to involve as much as we can with the clubs and knowing and understanding their problems, the challenges at the club level. So where the board can help, come down to help at the club level, we will. It's not that we will restrict ourselves as a board and allow the clubs to fend for themselves. No, we will be part of the clubs in the league, and the clubs will be part of the league. So we work together in ensuring that Port Moresby Rugby League and its followers and supporters enjoy what rugby league used to be back then. Coming out of Port Moresby Rugby League, I was a player myself, and from a junior player to a senior player, captaining brothers for 5 years, I know what it was like back then when we enjoyed rugby league. And I would like to see that rugby league in Port Moresby is enjoyed by all stakeholders, parents, players, supporters, even on-field staff like referees and linesmen and everybody. They must be happy. When they're doing their job, they know that there's something they can benefit at the end of the day, and they will give their best to making sure that Port Moresby Rugby League is the league that once used to be the premier rugby league in the country. though we are affiliated to PNG Rugby League, I would have thought PNG Rugby League, having seen the stalemate in the administration, I would have expected them to come down and take the lead in negotiating, organizing, get both sides to on the clubs and the directors on the table, sit down. But for some reason, they have not done that. I know several attempts have been made to get them to take the lead in resolving this issue. But maybe because they are at the national level, they felt that it is at the league level for them to resolve it. So what we're doing now is we taking our own initiative as a league to resolve our internal administration. Then we would notify them that, look, this is now the administration that we have. We want to follow the normal protocols of affiliating and complying with the payments and moving forward. So I think they've done it, taking the right approach. Instead of them coming down and doing it, we get our own house in order, then we go to them. Business plan in place, and then the processes of installing our board. Those administrative issues will be ironed out in the meeting. We have yet to resolve those yet.
Our referees and players, trainers and coaching staff and all that. These are some of the issues that I've raised as well. And I think with this new board, some of the things we can work on getting right. Also the way we communicate with our players. It's been quite difficult getting information from PRL as an administrator. Just the way we communicate with each other and to the players as well. That's been a huge problem for us back in the clubs, not only mine but all across, is getting the right information out to the players. And so that's something that I've seen, and I think it's something we can approach coming in as board members, is getting our communication to our players, especially the players, getting our communication right, getting the right messages across, so things run smoothly and we don't have miscommunication and hiccups, and because that's been one of our biggest problems as when I was with the club.
Today,
days expire for us to have the AGM. I think AGM is going to be the 75th of the AGM for PRL since 1949. We will hold the AGM according to the constitution that has been there. That's, from my memory, since 1949 to now, only one of the time they have changed the constitution. And that too is also registered at the courthouse. So the AGM is going to be conducted in the proper rules and guidelines that is stipulated in the constitution. Pertaining to that, every member of the league, in terms of the affiliates that we have, they must conform to the regulation and the state standards that has been in existence since 1949. All right? No one has changed that. So it means that each of the affiliates that will be present at the meeting will come up with their financial report, season's report. If they have to have an AGM, then they have to conduct that, right? And then by the books, the admin will check the annual affiliation fee, and then we will also check the player profile of them. So those are the requirements that has been there during the bed of about 200 weeks to now. All right, this is not something that is new that has been created by the board. If I do, then they can tell me and I can decide straight away now. All right. Yes, but those things have been done in the beginning, so we will conform to that. All right. The 30th of November 2024, the election AGM, right? The law, the book stipulates that you must give them 14 days of notice. That was done on the 19th, right? I have the copy of this. It's here. All right. But from this, there was some group of affiliates from the league, went ahead and did their own regulation. What do you mean? They create their own meeting and they come up with a new interim working board member, right? But any meetings of Port Moresby Rugby League, any meetings per se, right? It must be conducted by the current president, right? By the rules of the book, I think section 7 or so, and schedule of meetings here, and I'll give you the rest, and it's there. If you read it straight, it says that any meetings that is conducted by the president or chairman must give a date, authorize it, and he must be there. In the event that he is not there, then there are rules and guidelines that is followed. All right, he will rather, as per the common institution, acting secretary wants to go for an office visit, he will write a memo and then tell him here's the price. That's how it is done. All right, if he dies, then the deputy also takes service, and then they'll come to a nomination table to nominate an interim president before the next AGM. That's how it is done. Right? Whilst I, as the current president, all right, in my duty role as the president of this estate organization that's been here since 1949, whilst most of the sports have come and gone and started, but we have done what is right. So in respect of that, there was a similar thing that happened, I think some years ago. Right? It went to the courts, and the court brought it back and said what they did wrong. So before we go in that part, I think as a president of the league, I've written a letter to the chairman of the PRL league and the CEO, and the court is to be given to the media of what I'm saying. It's all here. All right. So at this juncture, whatever things that transpired by the faction on the 24th and on the 25th, where there were two media conference, and the meeting that is there is still illegitimate. Right? I am still the legitimate chairman of this league until the 30th of November 2024. Upon that, when all the regulation part of the meeting comes up and they appoint a new man, if they let me go, I will stand by peacefully, I will leave. Well, I will peacefully and gracefully leave. But if I'm to leave in this manner, it's not going to happen. Right? Because the league has come, from the time that when the stadium was broken down in 2014. All right, we have played our competition in a few of the fields around, at any part of Imola. All right, we played at the Gordon's Station, Maribars. We have brought a digital cup to Maribars. All right, and during the COVID time, when most of the leagues in the country were dead, we were still alive. We were playing. We have created our own. We started running process and we have done it. When everything was years and coming now, when the league was high and dry, all right, we have made sure that the administration is right. But not every league in the country, all right, amateur league in the country, they are paid. They do only jobs. They do a free only job where one or few times when they see money, But in Palmer League, well, we make sure the staffs are paid 26 per match. Despite no sponsorship for 2 years, we have made sure that they are paid 26 per match. All right, and some of those, right, personal sacrifices. In 2014, while I was in China doing my employment work, the team of delegates here, they met and appointed me, and they gave me a coach while I was in China, right? And at the time I was a coach. I was a premier coach, number one coach for my club. So while I was in China and being far away, they had to trust me, and I said, I'll take it on board. So for 11 years now, I have done a free missionary work. I have spent more money, several thousands of kina, to PRL in terms of prize monies. Right, I can't give you the figure, but those past presidents of the club, the league knows it, Premier League knows it. Right, if you go with the checkbook PRL, you'll see my account there. In every meetings of the board meetings, the delegate meetings, I don't get any money. Right, I told myself that I'm doing missionary work for Honk. I don't get even 1 penny of the allowance. I don't get it. I refuse to get it. What was Premier League? I had to repeat about 4 years of medical studies. But just 1 second year course, just because I was playing Kunus, Whiters, traveling. So the struggle that I made to come this far, I said, I think the Republic has made me, so I will do missionary work for PRL, right? So all this time, after now, I've benefited in cash and kind from PRL, zero. But for me, several thousands of kina, probably well over 150,000. But there's no pay, because I've done a missionary work. When you do missionary work, there's no pay. Look at it in terms of right, subsection or section 10 and then subsection 1. It talks about the role of the presidents, right, and then conducting the meeting. In then section 3, it talks about who is the chair to the meeting. You see the club president, you see the vice president, you see the secretary, or you see whatnot, right? It will tell you who the person is. So that meeting that they had, right, that meeting they had no meaning, no authorization. From my memory, well, being a player to a coach to an admin, right? The people that are elected are people that have been in the business of playing rugby at PRL. See, that's how it's been done all this time during the time of, say, James Agopi, and when we transition time, and then since 1949. See, so that has been done. So I'm not surprised how things have come, but that is how it is. So we will conduct the election on the 30th of November 2024, and gradually, if a new one is elected, my missionary work is done, and I'm happy. I think it's a disrespect to me, because, in the community and in the public service, I've been a serious citizen. They could have given me that courtesy of respect, and then the commitment that I've done over these years. I'd like to see that at least in the right forum, at the right time, if they make a decision, absolutely I'll be happy to move on. Right? Happy, right? If there has to be a change, so be it, but you do it in the right way, right? In the right, correct way. But don't. But if you know that for yourself you're the right and you're the right through, that one will get it right. It says that if you're a member or a committee member, or if you're a board member or a rep of another league, you must not be second to another league. That's a rule of the PNG Rugby League Constitution. And RF2 Rugby League. You see, because from the beginning, 100% of the PNG Rugby League Constitution was from PRL. Because the president at that time was from PNG Rugby League. So over time, they have evolved and changed the handbook for us. We made the same procedure then. So the books clearly outline that. I think nominations have been done. Nominations have been done. So we will go, all right? There's a vetting process that happens. There was a vetting process that happened that our Prime Minister James Norway is still the Prime Minister. From the 19th of November 2024, when the results of the election went out, you know, my board member are still the legitimate, but not legitimate, but legitimate, or legal, or office barrier that will serve honorably, dutifully in accordance to the rules of the game, the rules of the Constitution, standard regulation, stakeholders until the 30th of this month when a new board is elected. Then we will say we stay on or we move out and which is. Thank you. That's all.
Today I have the club president for Anubara Hawks and the Warriors here with us today. In the past week, after our announcement of the election of the new MORESBY Rugby League Board, there has been a few developments in terms of what has happened, and we would like to advise the media and the public of what we have done so far in terms of our election, after the election, and what we intend to do going forward. Also, we would like to mention a few things, a few developments that have happened from the PRL administration, the former administration, and the Southern Confederate in terms of addressing this ongoing issue. Our election in the last 8 years, 3 years of the legitimate time period allowed, of which President Chairman Dr. Naipao was elected in 2013, of which their term expired on the 30th of November 2016. Since then, automatically all the positions of the MORESBY Rugby League Board became vacant, and the MORESBY Rugby League Board then did not move to elect a new board, and they held office illegally up till the 4th of November this year, on which the new board was elected. And the clubs, the MORESBY Rugby League clubs have spoken, the majority have spoken. So since our announcement last week, we have moved to secure sponsorships, and we have so far secured a sponsor, and we are in discussions at the moment to finalize the terms of the sponsorship. We will not disclose any information at this time because we have not finalized it, so we will not disclose any information, but we have secured a sponsorship. Also, we are developing the business plan for MORESBY Rugby League in terms of packaging the sponsorship, running the league administratively and financially. So while we are in the process of doing that, we've also seen the former President Chairman going out to media defending his position. We do not want to run a media trial. All the club presidents of MORESBY Rugby League knows what happened in the last 11 years, how the league was run, how the league was managed, how they acquitted MORESBY Rugby League's funds to the clubs, how they have acquitted to the sponsor, the major sponsor being SP Brewery. There are questions as to why SP Brewery put out of the sponsorship, and those are the issues that has given rise to the clubs meeting to elect a new board. We are also aware that the clubs have requested time and time again for the Southern Confederate to address this issue over the last 8 years, and they have failed. They have also suspended, we are aware that the Southern Confederate has suspended Port Moresby Rugby League, the former board, they have suspended. After the suspension, they have allowed them to operate illegally for the last 8 years. We do not want to jump on that past. We want to go forward. We have not elected ourselves outside of the PRL constitution. We have complied with the constitution. The board, as elected by the presidents and club delegates, stands to remain as we are, and we would like to see the Southern Confederate giving notice to the former board to vacate the Port Moresby Rugby League facilities so that we can move in with our business plan and reorganize and revamp Port Moresby Rugby League. Today will be the last of our media statements. We will not run a media trial as to who is right and who is wrong. My team has been elected legitimately under the PRL constitution, and we will stand by that. If anyone is aggrieved, can go to court. The court will define the Port Moresby Rugby League constitution and give appropriate directions as to how we go forward. We cannot run a media trial and try to point fingers and play blame games. These issues have gone on for a long time, and Port Moresby Rugby League has lost its pride that it used to enjoy over the last so many years. In the last 13 years, we have brought Port Moresby Rugby League down to ground zero. My team is here to revive it and build on from here. Today, we are here to make this final statement that our team is legitimate. We will not conform to any other requirements that is outside of the Port Moresby Rugby League constitution, and we remain steadfast and will take Port Moresby Rugby League forward from here.
For us, the clubs, the interest of the sponsors and the players is always paramount to us. And so far, as far as this new AGM that was held in 24th November is concerned, we've done things within the frameworks of the constitution that governs how PRL is run, and we are satisfied with that. And as one of the as president of one of the glamour clubs and the PRL, our interest is in rugby league, and I believe that the events of 24th November is within the lines of the constitution that governs it, as I said earlier, and we welcome the new chairman as well as the board to progress PRL going forward. And for now, we will get in pressure from Southern Confederate and as well as PNG Rugby Football League, but we want to stick to what is in line that we've acted upon, and that is we've acted within the frameworks of laws that govern PRL, which we are a big part of. And for the interest of the sponsors that sponsor us, it's always good to show support where there is accountability. And I think from 1 year as the president of boards, I've seen that there is no accountability in reference to the previous board, and the way they've managed PRL in 2024 is a reflection of what has been lacking for the last 8 years. So we want to support it. If Southern Confederate has the interest of rugby league, as one of the presidents, I suggest that they support the new board, and whatever this new board is bringing on board in the interest of rugby league and in the interest of PRL in majority. Like I said earlier, we've done things in line with the constitution, so we will not attend any other meetings that's called for, even the meeting that's called for tomorrow, because we will stand by the majority decision on the 24th of November, and we look forward to a successful 2025 season under a new board. Thank you.
As per the chairman's advice and my appointment after the board AGM meeting on the 24th of December, we tried to actually get into office, but due to the former board and the management being very headstrong, there was a bit of a confrontation. So rather than try to stoop that law and play a very childish game, we've decided to take a step back and let the law take its course, knowing that, as per the chairman's comment, we have the constitution on our side. We followed it, and the majority of the clubs have spoken their mind. So with that in mind, I would just like to touch on a few things that we'll be brushing up on. We actually have the calendar for 2025 ready to go out probably by tomorrow or Monday at the latest, and then that will also include the draws. And paramount thing we look at is the business plan for Port Moresby Rugby League, because it's going to be treated as a business, and at the same time we need to promote rugby league as the code that's currently prominent in this country.